new chapter for TNT. We're red, ready, and responsible. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
Man is it in your hand. PNM is the plan. Ready, hold it steady. PNM, we are one.
Thank you, PNM family. PNM family. Thank you for such a warm welcome. I want to recognize our distinguished political leader, Dr. the Honorable Keith Christopher Rowley. Our Tobago political leader, Mr. Ansel Dennis. I want to recognize, of course, my sister in service, Mrs. Ayanna Webster Roy. All other officers of our great party, I want to especially salute Mr. Orville London, former political leader, former chief secretary. My dear friend, Mr. Stanford Callender, former member of Parliament for Tobago West and chairman of this great party for the Tobago Council. All other persons who have served in the Assembly, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, those tuning in through social media and traditional media, thank you for joining us in the Love Party this evening. We are the People's National Movement.
PNM.
What is the People's National Movement? A national movement for the people. We are a political party for all the people, cutting across class, race, economic background, religion. We are the People's National Movement. We have been that way from inception to date. I stand before you a proud product of this great party. I stand before you as one of 41 standard bearers, standing in defense of all democracy, about to face the general elections of 2025, representing you, bringing to Trinidad and Tobago the very best that each constituency has to offer. We are the only political party who has fielded 41 candidates in 41 constituencies, and that has been our record. From 1956 to date, we are the People's National Movement. 69 years long, 69 years strong. We have contested every single seat in every single election, and that sets us apart. Because even in the constituencies, some of them we know we wouldn't win, but we didn't give you a candidate because the candidate is popular. We gave you a candidate. We went there and we interviewed and we looked for a candidate who was the best, who is always the best to offer for the country, for the constituency, because we are the People's National Movement and we are in the nation-building business. We give to you intelligent leadership. We give to you responsible stewardship. We stand in the gap for the people of Trinidad and Tobago, improving the lot, always enhancing the standard of living for each and every one of us, strengthening our economy so we can afford our citizens countless opportunities. We are the People's National Movement who brought to you gates so that we can educate our children. I come from a time and space where we did not always have gates. It's interesting when I meet young people today and they feel like they have nothing to vote for. I ask them, what school did you attend? And they say Speyside High or Goodwood High. And what you plan to do next? I'm going to UE to study to be a nurse. All on the back of the People's National Movement. Even going to Speyside High or Goodwood High couldn't have been possible without the People's National Movement. We've built the schools. We've built the community centers. We put lights in the recreational spaces. We are the People's National Movement who brought to Tobago our first public swimming pools. You name it, we can claim it. We are the People's National Movement who provide disability grants and senior citizens grants to our seniors, technical support and financial support to our businesses. We are the People's National Movement who created Myelat CCC. You name it. We can claim it. The People's National Movement. Opportunities for everybody, whether you like us or not, whether you vote for us or not. We stand in the gap for everybody. In Tobago, closer to home, we can boast of so much, from developing the venture capital program to support our businesses when they were in trouble. We talk about the YES program under the Division of Finance, which is still alive for today, preparing young people for the world of work and exposing them to the world of business. The OJT program, giving them their first work experience. I remember when Mr. Orville Delano London, as Chief Secretary, started the program to assist those who already had gate to have finances to cover their accommodation and other personal expenses, so we in Tobago get something more. I remember also under Mr. London's leadership where he negotiated with the UE to ensure that we had spots in the medical program every year. Spots were saved so that all children from Tobago can go to study to be doctors at UE. We go the extra mile. We go the extra distance. That is why we can safely say, great is the PNM. We invested in building small homegrown contractors, providing spaces and finances for entrepreneurs so that they can grow and we can have business people to call our own. We are the People's National Movement who delivered right in my constituency of Tobago West, the Cove Eco-Industrial Park. Something that we can boast of, to provide opportunity for all local business people. We understand that as a party and as a government, we're not only building for today, we're building for tomorrow with a bigger picture in mind to create opportunity and improve the lot for all the people of Trinidad and Tobago. We have seen how People's National Movement policy changes and transforms lives. We see it. We breathe it, we live it. Tobago is all the better because of the investment of the People's National Movement over the years in our community. So today, we stand at a crossroads, brothers and sisters. Once again, depending on you to make an informed decision, depending on you to make an educated decision, depending on you to make a wise decision as to what direction our country would head next. Who would manage the state of affairs? Who would safeguard our treasury? And it boils down to two parties, the People's National Movement or the UNC. Our opponents are trying to fool us, mislead us, misinform us, use and even abuse us once again. For 4 years, or should I say after 4 years, and $10 billion later, what do Tobagonians have to show? What do we have to show? Today we are up against the TPP. What does the TPP have to show to Tobagonians for their stewardship? We can speak to a stage in the sea. We can speak to a road to nowhere that they're hustling to try to finish up now because it's election time. But after that, that's about it. That's about it. They have given us nothing, precious nothing, but yet they want to mislead us again. When they were in opposition, they told us they will fix it. They had the answers to everything. And now here they are, and they sit back, and their excuse is because of the central government. Now they are trying to fool us once again to come with them. They are trying to lead us to the chaotic, confused, corrupt queendom of Kamala. But we ought to know better, brothers and sisters, as we say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I hear them going the distance trying to tell us, come with us. let's go make friends with Kamala because Kamala cares. Kamala would give us more. They claim that they didn't get to perform in Tobago because they didn't get enough. I'm talking about $10 billion later. They claim they didn't get enough from central government. And if we go with them under the hands of Kamala, Kamala would give us more because Kamala cares. But we big and we have sense. And 10 years ago is not too far ago. Because if they can tell you stories about Dr. Eric Williams and what happened in those days, I know they could remember a mere 10 years ago. We need to remind them that when they had the opportunity, when the UNC had the opportunity to deliver to Tobago, they gave us our 4% and just our 4%. And they rounded it off to the cent. Nothing extra, no extra projects, no additional programs to show this care. A matter of fact, many of the programs to foster development were shelved. Today, it took the People's National Movement to come into government to deliver all the projects that had already been approved under Patrick Manning that was shelved by Kamala. I speak about the wastewater treatment plants in the Bonaccord area, $132 million investment, already awarded, shelved by Kamala. It took this People's National Movement to bring that project to fruition. We talk about the desilting of the Hillsborough Dam. Shelved, ignored by the UNC. It took the People's National Movement to award and deliver that contract. Let's talk about the Sherman and the Roxborough police station. I remember being an opposition senator asking the question to John Sandy, when would this project be built? And his answer was always soon. And I would ask, how soon? He said, very soon. The whole 5 years passed, and those projects were not delivered. It took the People's National Movement, central government, to come into power to deliver to the people of Tobago. Shervan Police Station, a replacement for the old rickety old Grange Police Station as we knew it. We also delivered the Roxborough Police Station, the Roxborough Administrative Complex, the Roxborough Hospital, the Dwight York Stadium. When we received the Dwight York Stadium in 2015, it was in a state of disrepair to the point that Watson Duke and his friends and the people of OSHA had shut down Dwight York Stadium. It took the People's National Movement to refurbish Dwight York Stadium and bring it back to life. So when they tell you, let's go with Kamala, Kamala cares, let's remind them of what we experienced under Kamala and the UNC. We remember the interruptions of the inter-island ferry. Whenever a cruise ship came in, we had no ferry service between Trinidad and Tobago, no cargo service between Trinidad and Tobago. It took the People's National Movement to make that huge investment to buy us not one, but two spanking new world-class ferries that we own, brothers and sisters. And you would remember, this one isn't even 10 years ago. This is a mere 3, 4, 5 years ago when we took the decision to expand the A&R Robinson International Airport. They said it was too much money to spend on Tobago. $2.1 billion was too much money to invest in Tobago, but we decided that we are going to make this investment. During the UNC's time on La Kamala, I'm sure you can remember when they galvanized the airport and gave us the impression that there was work taking place behind the galvanized fence and there was nothing, precious nothing. You would remember when we had to use a metal slide to transport our bags. I know you remember. So when they tell you Kamala cares, and when UNC win, everybody win, tell them we know that that is a lie. As the person on social media said, when UNC win, the thieving begins and everybody suffers. Today they promise us better national security. This is the same UNC that canceled the OPVs. Now they are telling us national security would be about putting us behind tall walls and gates. Tell them we know better. This is the same UNC that cut off Tobago from the National Commission of Self-Help Grant in 2013 after the 12-0. It took the People's National Movement to bring back Tobago onto self-help in 2016. And the list goes on, brothers and sisters. I want you to tell them that we are up, we are aware, and we really do remember. For us, the People's National Movement is not about political gimmicks and suffering Tobago for political expediency. It's always about strengthening the Tobago economy, developing Tobagonians in a developing Tobago, making opportunities available to all Tobagonians to improve our quality of life, for us to prosper and for us to grow. And it's in that same vein that Ayanna Webster Roy of Tobago East and Shamfa Cudjoe Lewis of Tobago West work with our colleagues in the central government to deliver, to serve, to represent. These two young ladies, as they call us, some of them want to call us little girls, but we sat on the table at the cabinet and delivered NEDCO grants to our young people. Just a couple months ago, 39 Tobagonians benefited from $20,000 apiece to support their businesses. We gave to Tobago over $25 million in home construction and home refurbishment grants, to the point that just last week we delivered to another 56 recipients. We delivered to Tobago businesses grants from the Ministry of Trade and Industry. If you talk to Master Kabla and those who operate under the Tobago Sweet Treats Initiative, they would tell you we delivered booster stations so that the guest houses in Crown Point and Bonaccord can benefit and have a reliable supply of water. We delivered improved water supply to communities like Culloden, to Golden Lane, to Plymouth. Under the People's National Movement, we provided lights to Big Stick Gully and lights to Pigot Trace in Canby for the very first time. Ayanna Webster Roy and Shamfa Cudjoe Lewis at the table, at the cabinet, provided $100,000 grants to Tobago farmers, to people like Lindsay Edwards, Josepha Patience, and Edmund Joseph, and the list goes on, and provided support to cultural groups so that they can enhance their space to protect the Tobago heritage, to preserve our culture, and to teach to Tobagonians. I'm talking about Drummers of Tobago and Youth Quake right there in Canby. We delivered support to our athletes like tennis sensation Makeda Bade and Darren Douglas, table tennis sensation hailing out of Signal Hill. We delivered Empower TT for our young men who have dropped out of school and looking for direction. 6 months of mentorship and apprenticeship, putting them in the right direction. We delivered the Boss Lady Project, exposing women to a host of different skills so that they can set up their own businesses, and giving them seed funding. We provide the Youth Lead program to expose our youngsters to the world of work. The proof is in the pudding. And these projects and initiatives are not new. Most of them are over 3, 4, 5 years old, so you know it is not just because there is an election. We have been constant and consistent, serving you, representing you, delivering to the people of Tobago. No hiding, no dodging, and no excuses. We do not say to you, well, I couldn't fix your road because I'm the assistant secretary and the power is really with Trevor. We didn't say to you, well, even though now I'm a secretary, the athletes had to go to us because he's responsible for sport. We make no excuses. There is no hiding. There is no dodging. Just service, delivery, and representation. When you call our phones, we answer. We have been active active and accessible in our communities, in and out of election season, constituency day, roving public day, walkabouts each month, hamper support when it's Christmas time or not, providing school books, school uniforms, school sneakers, backpacks to your children each year to go back to school. We are strong, stable, and solid, selflessly serving Tobago, representation you can trust, right there with you, brothers and sisters. So as we enter this new chapter, we bring to you the experience of taking our economy from a time when a barrel of oil was only $1, and we feared a recession, and many said, let's go to the IMF. And we said, we are going to administer our own medicine. We are going to ride the wave. We are going to make the hard decisions and take the necessary actions to bring you out strong. We faced COVID. We stood up solid and we brought you out strong, brothers and sisters. So in this new chapter, we are exploring new economic opportunities. We promise you a beautiful and bountiful journey. We are going to expand the social safety net, revising our food support system and disability grant, cutting out the disincentives so that we can provide support, additional support also to those who need it most. We are going to provide additional support, especially to tertiary level students from Tobago, to assist them with their accommodation when they come down to Trinidad to study. We are going to expand the youth programs that are now available in the Ministry of Youth so it can be afforded to our youngsters here in Tobago, giving our young people something meaningful to do. Incentives for new home owners so that our young people can own homes at an earlier age, providing lots, providing incentives so that they can make that investment earlier. Providing daycare support for public servants right at work so your children can have a place to stay and be watched and be nurtured while you work. We are going to expand home care for seniors. I've met so many families and so many young people who have to take time off to stay home with the elderly because the Tobago House of Assembly had cut out the program. We are going to expand what exists in Trinidad to Tobago so that you can benefit from all that we have to offer. Building a brighter future not only for our youth but also for our senior. We talk about dial-a-ride, where you can call transportation to take the elders to the health centers, community gyms in our community centers for our seniors, sporting programs for all schools, and we expand the swimming program for the young people of our communities like we are already doing at the YMCA in Blackrock. Early intervention for the children who have learning disabilities and ADHD and so on. We are going to use our local farmers in order to make the National School Feeding Program more healthy and give them a more reliable line of business. It's about supporting, bolstering, making Tobago's economy more robust. So we bring to you again the Sandals Initiative, because it is more than hotel accommodation. It's about jobs and business opportunities for Tobagonians. We bring to you the Marina Project so that our young men and women can be employed in meaningful employment and be champions of industry right here in Tobago. And along with that, the relevant programs to give them the necessary certification so that they can lead. This is a platform of integrity. This is a platform and a party of truth, and we are all about providing opportunities for each and everybody. You listen to the other side, they are long on promises and short on commitment, long on expenditure and short on income. You ask them where they're getting the money and they say blah, 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 blah. We would find that they cannot tell you where and they cannot tell you how, but we are the people's national movement. We are serious about the people's business. I want you to look those in blue in the eyes and tell them that we are not stupid and we are not for sale. This is serious business. This is about feeding our children. This is about providing education for our young people. It's about helping Tobagonians to develop and expand their businesses towards a stronger Tobago economy. We are the People's National Movement, and we are still and will always be in the nation building business. We are not for sale. As much as they come bearing gifts, brothers and sisters, I tell you all the time, take it. But on election day, go to the polls and let your voices be heard. Put your X by the balize. We will not stay home. As much as they invest in these bloggers and these influencers to try to get you to stay away from the polls, we will not stay home. We will vote. We will vote on April 28th. Everybody who's 18 years and over, we will vote. This is a clarion call for you brothers and sisters to call a neighbor, tell a friend, bring out your family members, bring out the children, bring out those who are 18 years and over to make their way to the polls. It is your time to do what only you can do for yourself. I said it before, and I will say it again. There are some people who are offended by it, but I tell you, when Keisha stays home in Tobago West, Savitri in Siparia goes to the polls and vote. It is your business to mind your business and make your way to the polls and vote. Only you can vote for you. Only you can preserve that brighter future. Today we stand in the gap for every worker who is being intimidated and being told don't go to the PNM meetings and don't post on social media, don't even like a post. Let them know we will vote and we are counting on them. Don't risk your job. Don't worry with them, don't like no post, but on election day, make it to the polls and vote. Today we stand in the gap for every CPEP worker and every URP worker who have to report to their political meetings in order to keep their work. We will vote and we are counting on them to go out and vote too. Today we stand in the gap for every man and woman who has been sent home and being told to wait on a call, we will call you soon. Go out there and vote. It is our business to have our voices heard at the polls. Today we stand in the gap for all the youngsters who didn't know better. They were promised permanent jobs, even without qualification, and today they have to settle for a dose of 10 on, 10 off. Let them know we will vote. We will vote. We will not stay home. Every single one of us would make our way out to the polls and we would vote. So after the spending, after the mamagaying, after the bullying and the partying offered to you by the UNC, make it your business. Go to the polls, brothers and sisters, and vote. Elections are won on election day. When each and every one of us get up early and go out to the polls and vote. I've been to too many households where the people say, yeah, we know you're all right, you go win, man, don't worry, I know you're gonna make it. And those who were saying, I wasn't planning to go because I know you're safe. Brothers and sisters, mind your business. Get up, get out there and vote. I like to use the example of Donald Trump in the US because there are those who didn't support Trump. They supported Kamala and they stayed home because they thought that she was safe. They were looking at the numbers and the fanciness of the conventions on the TV, and we felt sure that she would win. And on election night, we ended up with something else, and those who did not vote now have to live with the policies now implemented by Donald Trump to cause them to suffer because they did not get out of their homes and go out there and vote. This is a clarion call for each and every one of you. Be responsible. Don't just be red and ready. We call on you to also be responsible. responsible. Get up, go out early and put your X by the Balizé. Vote for leaders of integrity. Vote for a strong party. Vote for the People's National Movement. Vote for on election day, brothers and sisters, when all is said and done, we've counted our votes and victory is won. We come back here, we'll go to Market Square where we greatly sing our song. Great is the PNM, great is the PNM, great is the PNM, and we shall prevail. I thank you.
Movement, we all in together, not just so one, my sister, my brother.
This is a new chapter. Join us on the road to victory. On Tuesday, April 22nd, St. Joseph, the People's National Movement will be having a public meeting at Nyabingi's Bar. We're red, ready, and responsible. Vote PNM. Great is the PNM.